Some of y'all might remember about a month ago, I asked you what I should do with this old NASCAR pit box. It came from a local race shop around my way, and I'm not exactly sure what they used it for. When I got it, it had a battery down at the very bottom of it with this Holley fuel pump mounting bracket and a toggle switch right here. So I'm thinking it was some kind of transfer pump or something they used to prime the car with fuel. It obviously had something to do with a Holley fuel pump and a battery, so I didn't want to just throw it away because it's a cool piece of NASCAR history. It's kind of beat up and rough, and I was like, what do I do with this thing? Of course I could turn it into like a trash can for grease rags or something, but I think I got a better idea. If you watched my last video, you know I just picked up this Flux 125 welder from Harbor Freight, and I know I'm not going to be using it that much, so I don't really want it just getting banged around on the shop floor or my cables getting ran over. And the idea of that welder is supposed to be portable. Don't weigh but 15 pounds. It even comes with a shoulder strap. So I got to looking around and I took some measurements, and I think it's going to fit almost perfectly in the bottom of that pit box there. I'm going to have to do some modification to the sheet metal, but I think I can come up with something that'll work and allow me somewhere to store that welder, move it around on wheels, and if I need to remove it from that cart, it'll actually make it simple to remove it. Like, it won't be physically mounted to the cart. So let me break this thing down and show you what I got in mind. So the back of this thing's just held on with sheet metal screws, and as you can see, that welder fits in there pretty nicely, almost like it was made for it. Now, like I said, I know that change a wire on this thing, or if I want to take it and do a job somewhere else, that it needs to be removable. And it's really not that hard, y'all, to slide this thing out. It's nothing holding it in. It's not bolted in. It's just sitting in there. It just so happens to be the perfect depth. And you can actually tilt this back pretty far before that welder starts to slide out of there. So I'm probably just going to run a simple small bungee right across the top of it to keep that in place. The only thing I'm worried about with this deal is, will I have enough airflow around here to keep the welder from overheating? We'll have to test that theory to find out. But up top, I had to cut this plate. It was just riveted in and flip it around because this piece was up front and I needed a way to access the power switch in the back. Plus my power cable needs to come through here. That way, when everything's said and done, I can throw my power cable in there, throw my gloves in there, any magnets I might have, and close her up. Now I just had to come up with an idea of how to hang my cables on the side. And I'm going to use these magnetic hooks here, but I'm going to have to run some magnets on the inside, hoping that'll be strong enough. I don't really want to have to drill any holes in it. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but if I can get away without having to drill any holes, that'll be great. I'm going to have to take and trim. See, it's got a little catch to it. I'm going to trim that back so it closes a little bit easier. I think I'd make a pretty neat little micro welding cart. Could throw an extra spool of wire in the top. Like I said, gloves, magnets. The helmet won't fit in there, unfortunately, but we can probably come up with a hook somewhere for the hang the helmet on it. The wheels are in pretty bad shape. I might upgrade those wheels and get it off the ground a little bit higher. I know I got plenty of old vintage NASCAR stickers that would really make this thing look cool. Not a bad little micro welding cart for something that was going to end up in the trash pile. Like I said, I put a little bit bigger of a wheel on it. That way to give it a little more ground clearance on the back. That welder fits in there nice. Might have to find some better magnetic hooks for the side of it, because I just don't want to hold this MIG cable up. It holds the ground clamp up pretty okay. That's not that heavy of a wire. Give you a look at the inside of it. Like I said, inside, you can store your gloves, magnets. Power cable fits down there nice. I can still reach in there and turn it on and off. Wire brush will fit in there. Closes up nice. I put a little duct tape on the handle because it didn't have anything on there. Rolls around pretty easy. And there's nothing holding that welder in there. I can just yank that thing right out and be ready to go in about a minute. This top plate, it's not mounted down or anything. I can just lift that right out of there. I think it's gonna make a nice little storage solution. If nothing else, you can store that welder. Micro welding cart. That's a quick little video. I just thought I'd show y'all my little idea there. Nothing fancy, nothing major. Just some repurposed old junk. So yeah, I made some better hooks for the cables, y'all. I just took some flat aluminum and bent it up into a J hook. That worked out a whole lot better than those little wimpy magnetic hooks. All in all, I'm pretty satisfied with it. Like I said, it keeps everything tucked up nice and neat out of the way. Easy to move around. Pretty compact. And I know where everything's at when I need it. Just a quick little fun little DIY video for y'all. Appreciate y'all for watching. As always, hit that like, subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one.